zippity zippity la la. Yo guys, it's the third vlog of the week. If this one doesn't appear, that means I've done an actual live one. That's cool, right? Because it means I've actually had time to myself. But if you're seeing this one, I've pre-recorded it. Shh. So, I heard some really hurtful news the other day. I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy, guys. He goes by the name of RJ, or Royal Jordanian, and he's a really nice guy. He's really good at filtering. He's a biker from London, and he had a really nice bike. He had a Nuda, which was an absolute gorgeous bike, and you know, honestly, when he slowed down the video clips, the bike sounded like it had a heartbeat. You know, like da-dum, 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 da-dum. It was just, the firing order was just in that sort of ratio that it sounded like a human heartbeat. It sounded nice. And somebody's stolen his Nuda. Now he's had that Nuda quite a while, and that bike's got him pretty famous for it, and yeah, they stole it. Now it's one of those situations that all motovloggers are put in. Yeah, we might hide his plates, we hide his identities, some of us do anyway, I can give a damn. You know, we hide basically distinctive features about the bikes at times, but if somebody sees you on YouTube, there is a potential that word's going to get out about your bike, and there's a potential somebody might want it more than you think, and they might go to that length of actually stealing it in broad daylight, because that's what they did with him. His Nuda was stolen apparently outside of his friend's house in the space of 10 minutes in the daylight. Why people do this, I really don't get it. I mean, tables would turn where they want it. If somebody went and stole something of theirs, they'd be completely upset as well. So why the hell do you need to go and do it to somebody else? It's just not right. I mean, I've had people try and steal my bikes in the past when I was like, you know, a young little nipper, 16-year-old. They didn't get very far because they got about a millimetre through the padlock and then give up because my dog started barking. But it's still the point. You shouldn't go around stealing other people's property, especially if they've worked so hard to pay for that you know, that motorcycle or that car. It's just not right. I mean, you know, you wouldn't like it if it was done to you, so you shouldn't be doing it to other people. It's unfair, and yeah, it's just wrong on so many different levels. It's not just the fact that, yeah, it's a piece of metal. Yeah, that bike was a piece of metal, but it was also his pride and joy. That bike was also a part of his, you know, his living, technically, because YouTube is a living for some people. I mean, for me it's not, because I've only got 19 subs at this moment in time, and I've got another job, and a lot of other people are the same. But, you know, YouTube can technically be a full-on living for people. And when you're going around stealing their bikes, you're stealing their living. It's almost as bad as when people go and basically put this ad blocker on, because you don't realise what you're doing. I mean, I've been there before, I've done it myself. This ad blocker's annoying, but for that, you know, that 5 seconds that you're watching that video, right, that guy's getting paid for the work he's done. I'm not saying you have to watch them, I'm not saying you've got to click on the ads. I'm just kind of like pushing it as a point, because it is a good point. If you're stealing that bike from that motovlogger, you're stealing his living. And it's just unfair, it's uncalled for. Oh, I think I upset him when I overtook him. Oh well. That's what bikes are made for, just, you know, zippity zippity la la. Oh, she was gorgeous. So, haha, lol, troll. Oh, new houses. Yeah, so basically, stealing is wrong, don't do it. And RJ, I'm sorry your bike got stolen, man. If you do watch this video, it was a really nice bike. And I'm kinda in your ball court about not getting another Nuda, because it'd be like me having my bike stolen and then going out and getting another one and trying to compare it. It just wouldn't happen. I like this bike for what it is, and I couldn't go out and get another bike like this and see it in the same light. Every single bike, no matter if it's, you know, brand new or second hand, every single bike has its little, you know, its little quirks. There's always something about it. It's like this bike, there's a lot of scratches on the tank, but I ain't going to go out and paint them, because it's what makes this bike what it is. It's second hand, it's being used, but it's not being used to a bad degree. It's not had a nasty life, but it's there, it's telling some stories. That's kind of why I like the older style bikes, you know what I mean? Because I don't really, although I like the new modern bikes and everything, when you go and get one from a factory, it doesn't tell you a story. I know I sound like an old man here, but it doesn't tell you a story about its past. For every single tiny little speck of damage you get on a second-hand bike, whether it be tiny, like these little tiny dings in the tank, that's a story. Something happened to cause them dings. And that's why I like second-hand motors. That and the fact when you get a car, if you ever do this, guys, just do what I do. I find it quite funny. If you get a second-hand car, obviously if it's something like a BMW, then don't, well, because the seats are very heavy. But goddamn neckerchief. But yeah, if you get a second-hand car, guys, take the seats out and have a look under the seats. I once found 17 quid, a house key and a phone in a car that I bought second-hand. It was quite funny. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll give him a good wave, and that should sort everything. Get into gear. It's like that. I wouldn't change that for the world on this bike. Sometimes it doesn't go into gear, but that's just a little quirk of this bike. That's what makes this bike have character. And as I'm saying, if it gets stolen, I'm not going to go out and get another one of these. If I get this back and it gets stolen, great, but I couldn't go out and get another one because it just wouldn't be the same. And that's pretty much why RJ is in that position, because the Nuda was his Nuda. I watched that first video, well, I'll say first video, one of the videos that I've watched of him, where he's talking with the bike, at least I believe it was the Nuda. And it just, there was just something about it, just how he made the, you know, there's always that connection between rider and bike. Sort of like how in the olden days there was like connection between rider and horse. Well, it's a similar sort of thing, to be honest. I have a connection with my bike. It's like when you go out and get another bike, your first days you go on that bike, you're learning all the limitations of that bike, and you're learning your limitations of yourself on that bike. You can't take that and put it onto another bike of the same caliber, because, or the same make, the same model. It doesn't work, especially in the second hand, because there's always something different about them. So once again, RJ, I am sorry, man, that somebody stole your bike, and if you ever get it back, I'll be happy for you. But I know you got a new bike coming, and I'd love to see it. So yeah, there's that. Oh! So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Now do me a favour, ride safe, live your life, make good videos if you're a motovlogger, and have fun if you're a bike rider. Catch you in a bit, guys.